You are the slime, the filth, the wretches of society. You are what Sith Lords scrape off their boots. I don't know why the Sith Empire even bothers with you, miserable curs. They'd be wiser to give you shovels and have you dig your own graves.
I take it these are the new acolytes?
My lord, you clean up well. Yes, these are the acolytes. A worse bunch than yours, if you ask me. I was just preparing these new slaves for their imminent death. Are you here for an apprentice, or were you just feeling nostalgic?
I'm certainly not here to see you.
Still as prickly and arrogant as ever, eh, slave? I mean, my lord. Thanaton had the sense to pass up this cancerous lot, so they're yours if you want them. This worm is Sephiroth. They found him in a Hutt's palace, crushing prisoners' heads for the Hutt's entertainment.
Steve Pamuhu Moaga.
Shut up, slave. You don't talk directly to a Lord of the Sith unless she asks it. This beady-eyed monstrosity is Argog. Don't know where on a cat hound's backside he's supposed to come from. Sorry, what was that? Can't understand a word it says. This gangly creature is Jackson. He's no Sith, but he's at least human. And this bone-faced one, well, I can't pronounce whatever gibberish he says he's called. We call him Zalek.
Master.
Don't let him fool you. Too wild for his own good. There were 2 others, but we made the mistake of leaving them alone with Zalek.
I caution you against choosing favorites, Harkin. I will check in often.
You may check back as you please. I don't expect it to take too long to chew through this bunch. What are you staring at, wretches? You know your trial. Now go!
I trust our friend Harkin is doing well. If your business is finished on Korriban, it's time we looked for another spirit to bind.
Tell me about this ghost.
We think what Andronicus has heard is true. A Republic transport crashed over Hoth about a year ago. It was carrying artifacts from a Sith tomb that the Jedi had confiscated.
What did the Jedi want with Sith artifacts?
What does it matter? They never reached their destination. The Jedi never recovered the transport. I don't like the idea of binding the dead like this, but if you have to, I'd start looking for that transport.
I hope you found some more information on this ghost business, Andronicus.
Look, I've been doing some digging around, and by all accounts, this stuff is more messed up than Tatooine. Pirates run this place, though the Empire and the Republic have dared to move in of late. Still, ships don't land here. The cold is part of it, but there are other rumors. The kind you'd ignore if you had sense.
Fortunately, I'm not interested in sense. Only ghosts. What do these rumors say?
There was a light freighter out of Yavin 4, the Star Runner, disappeared over this place. Reported some strange happenings before it did. It was a smuggler vessel, loaded full of ancient junk from Yavin's tombs. If I wanted to catch a ghost, I'd start asking after that ship.
Hope you've got your blasters ready.
Just finishing the cold weather fittings, and I'll be ready. Hollow Chatter says the Empire's operating on this ice block. So you might try using your new Lord of the Sith authority. Careful though, place is crawling with pirates, and they aren't all as nice as me.
Welcome to the Adama space station, my lord. I'm Ensign Rail. I gather this visit is because you'll be traveling through to the surface of Hoth.
Is there anything wrong?
No, not at all. I am merely assigned to assist. I'll be scanning you so I can customize your cold weather equipment. Then I'll arrange your briefing. There we are. As you're on the VIP list, Lieutenant Halpern will brief you. He's in the theater. Good day.
Attention, a lord is present. At ease. Let's get this started. Ostensibly, the conflict on Hoth is over salvage from a battle that happened above the planet. In reality, it is our trap for the Republic.
Is there a point in all of this?
The Imperial plan is not to gain ground, but rather to make the battle as costly as possible to the Republic. We want our forces small and mobile, and while the Republic keeps chasing victory, we bleed them dry of personnel and equipment.
The strategy seems sound. How will it change what I do?
It means we will rely heavily on small unit groups, such as yourself, to cause damage and withdraw. Pitched battles are lost battles.
My lord, forgive the interruption. I brought your cold weather equipment.
We were just finishing, Ensign.
This should keep your core body temperature up. When you're ready, report to a pilot in the shuttle bay for transport to the planet.
Colonel Vanis at Dawn Base will be waiting for you. Good luck down there.
Planet awaits, my lord. Commander Triton will want to meet with you.
My briefing said I was to meet a Colonel Vanis.
I don't know anything about that. Commander Triton's the one listed as in charge now. I'm sure he can fill you in on the story. I need to de-ice the shuttle here.
Your advice boils down to doing nothing, and that I cannot do.
Sir, I respect your bravery, but if you see this through personally, you will be dead. And whose leadership will we have then? My lord, we're glad you've arrived. May I introduce Commander Triton, and myself, a humble captain, core name Udrus.
Lieutenant Halpern sent word you would be coming, and we've never had greater need of you.
Colonel Vanis, the commander of this base, is missing. We fear he's dead, along with all the most experienced men from this base.
To lose one officer is a casualty. To lose them all sounds like a coup.
I assure you, the last thing I wanted was leadership of this base. I had zero choice in the matter. The Colonel went out to investigate evidence of a possible spy probe near the ice lake. He was under heavy guard.
We received a distress call. It was obvious he found trouble.
Scout 1 to Dawn Base. Heavy casualties. Taking heavy casualties. We're under attack. We can't see the...
What on this world could take out an armed group of officers?
Besides the Republic, there are Wampers, pirates. Mostly aliens unafraid of the Empire.
But we can't simply cower in our base when the mission is to damage and exhaust the Republic.
And our men can't do it. Commander, this visit is a gift to us from fate.
Looking for a ship called the Star Runner.
My lord, truly an honor and a surprise. I'm afraid no ships have landed on Hoth in ages, unless it's a crash. Actually, the name Star Runner sounds familiar. If I may ask, what do you need the ship for? You're here on Darth Thanoson's behalf, naturally.
The Star Runner was, shipping artifacts that belonged to him.
Strange. The vessel, I recall, was a Republic ship. Star Runner. Blast. Your ship crashed years ago. It's buried under a few tons of snow by now. Your best bet? No. Give me a few months to get a recovery team on it.
A Sith does what a Sith wants.
Well, I mean, there's an Imperial Reclamation Service team you could take command of, if you wanted. It's just, the lieutenant in charge is a little odd. Too much time digging in tombs, you understand.
One moment you're seeking artifacts of unspeakable power, and the next you're flying halfway across the galaxy hunting ghosts.
Well then, maybe you and Lieutenant Talos Drellick will get along after all. I'm afraid I can't call Lieutenant Drellick. The weather on Hoth is bad for communications. The team's way out in the waste searching for some mythical Sith temple on Hoth of all places. Good luck, my lord.
I found Colonel Vanis. He was dead. Murdered by Republic Tals.
Tals. That would make sense. Cold adapted, Republic aligned. I've not killed their kind before. What about you, Commander?
What? Yes, of course.
The base awaits your orders, Commander.
We are having deep morale issues in the forward outpost. I must show them that we can triumph without Colonel Vanis. Now is the time for reprisals. These chittering animals will not get away with this. I want 10 of the Republic to suffer for every one of ours dead. I want every last Tolls wiped out, their heads on sticks out in the frost.
Anything you'd like to add?
The main thrust of the plan is sensible, but given our limited knowledge, I suggest the plan be refined before use. A covert action is advisable, or we'll end up wiping out one group and causing the rest to go into hiding. I have data arrays we could install in their communications link. If we did that, we could locate and estimate their numbers before we hit them.
They weren't carrying handheld comms. They've probably got way stations. I can bug those.
This sounds plausible. As much as I hate to admit it, Udris is usually right about these things.
Commander! Come in, Commander!
Go ahead, Scout 5.
We found a nest of Tolls on the ice lake. Too many to engage. Transmitting coordinates now.
Our luck is changing. If we can get those arrays into whatever they're using for communications, we'll soon know what we need.
When you're done, report to the forward outpost. It's closer to the lake, and the men there can see your success in person.
We're close, boys. We'll find that temple. I can feel it. Rogers, no cutting corners. Don't forget the salt. Salt's not the best solution, but it's the only thing that doesn't freeze out here, and solid footing is a must.
I'm looking for Lieutenant Talos Drellick of the Imperial Reclamation Service.
My lord, I am honored. I heard you single-handedly unearthed artifacts of the great Tulak Horde. I'm a Naga Sadar man myself, but I'd love to compare notes. What brings you to Hoth, and how may I be of service?
I'm hunting a ghost, actually. On a crashed ship.
A ship. Not usually our line, but let's hear it. Maybe we can help. A bit new for the Reclamation Service, but artifacts. And a ghost. I've heard that the dead talk down in the tombs, but to see one, oh. I wonder if it'd be possible to make a hollow image.
I imagine it would depend on the light.
Yes. Darker would be better. Engineer Sorrel, do we have any probes that aren't frozen solid?
Shalora works as good as any in these conditions, sir. She may not look like much, but she's got heart.
If my guess is correct, the captain would have launched a distress beacon before the crash, which would give us a line on the ship.
Not a bad idea.
Beware, my lord. The cold's master out here. My boys and I are going to shift camp. Try to get a better communication setup going. But let us know if you find anything.
I lost you there. Oh.
This is Captain Quillen of the Star Runner. SOS. I repeat, SOS. We're caught in Hoth's gravitational pull, and falling fast. Strange events date back 2 weeks. Yavin 4 artifacts, believed to be the source. Something has taken control of the ship. To whomever finds this message, burn this vessel. Don't look inside. Don't touch it. Burn it.
Lieutenant Drellick really is something else. Could find a wampa hair in a snowdrift, I bet.
Do you expect me to get excited about a distress beacon?
Well, it confirms the existence of your ghost, for one. And these tracks might mean something. Lieutenant, sir. We found the beacon, but no ship. There's some light tracks, though. Appear to be a few days old.
Have Shalora zoom in, Sorrel. I've been studying alien tracks since I was old enough to know a Twi'lek from a Toccata. Ortolan. I'd know them if they were 6 days old and covered in jam. Those are Ortolan tracks.
I'll be sure to look for you next time my ship's galley is invaded by a pack of Ortolans.
That's a good one. I'll have to remember that next time the Imperial Reclamation Service Trackers Committee meets. It looks like those Ortolans dug something up. Possibly a clue to the ship's location. Sorrel, where's the nearest Ortolan camp?
It's a ways beyond the next outpost. But the tracks look headed in the right direction.
Well, might be time to put on your best diplomatic face, my lord. Ortolans don't like outsiders much, but it looks like they're the key to finding our ghost.
A little lightning will break them. It always does.
Well, it sounds a little gruesome, but who am I to question a master's methods? I'll have Sorrel bring the beacon to the base. Between it and the Ortolans, we're bound to have a breakthrough. We'll be there when you're through dealing with the Ortolans.
Good to hear from you. We've been receiving the feed from the data arrays, and what we've learned is quite interesting. We had assumed there were 1, perhaps 2 groups of Tals out there. We found 6. Had we attacked earlier, we would have gotten 1 group and the other 5 would have gone to ground.
Planning makes the victory greater.
It certainly paid off in this case. Unfortunately, we have 1 more step to take.
The good part is we know how many Tals there are. The bad part is we don't have enough forces to hit all 6 groups at once. We have devised a plan to put the Tals in position for a killing blow. Their supplies, weapons, medical equipment, and the high-calorie food they require, all of it is stored in one central location. They may be adapted to the cold, but without their supplies, they wouldn't last a week. So we will destroy their cache.
They will choose between retreating home or starvation.
That, or the one other option that we think the more likely.
If I were them, and suddenly without food, I would raid this base. So we will amplify our defenses here and spring the trap shut. Unfortunately, getting at their supplies may be difficult. They are in a series of ice caves overrun by wampas.
That sounds like a pretty unforgiving security system.
Wampas can be fooled. A combination of synthetic pheromones and body language could make them think a Tals is part of their pack. All the more reason to bring back their equipment. We could learn much from the Tals.
The last thing you'd want to do in a wampa cave is wear yourself down.
Between Tals and Wampas, I'll need both hands free.
Then it's settled. Destroy anything of use to them. Let them know who the masters of this miserable world are.
done. Nothing remains in the Tal's cave but ice and debris.
Good. They will have no choice but to strike, and we are ready for them.
Commander! Commander! There's reports of a Tal's attack.
Excellent. What wing are they headed for?
No wing, sir. They're at the power station. They're overrunning the guards. They brought bombs.
These Tals have no fear. Even when their army is at its last breath, they want to take us down with them.
If they kill the power station, we'll have no heat. We'll have to evacuate, or we won't last past nightfall.
Don't tell me you didn't think of this.
The station's guards won't be able to hold off the entire Tal's force.
I'll call for reinforcements from a Deimos orbital. They should be able to land within the hour. Just get to that power station, and quickly.
Killing you will be such fun.
Thought I'd lost you there.
Lieutenant Auron reporting in, my lord. Our company is on the ground, and we have secured the perimeter.
Glad to hear it.
We'll finish up here. If you return to Dawn Base, Commander Triton will no doubt want to congratulate you in person.
You say the Sith held off the entire Tal's force, single-handed?
It sounds incredible, to be sure, but here, I'll let you talk directly. My lord, we cannot express our gratitude. May I introduce Moff Braynor, Overseer of the Hoth system, among others.
It's an honor.
If not for you, Dawn Base would have been lost, and all the outposts that depend on it. It is for that reason I ask you your opinion. Would you say Commander Triton or Chiss Captain Udris was more instrumental in the base's defense?
Captain Udress's advice formed most of our key strategies. We relied on him heavily.
That is as I expected. Very well. Captain Udris, you are now Colonel Udris. I am putting the base's welfare in your hands until further notice.
It is one thing to promote an alien. It is another to expect humans to serve him.
Better to have soldiers alive and grumbling than happy and dead. Success is the only currency here.
Sir, if I might ask, do you think the enlisted men will have a problem taking orders from Colonel Udris?
You mean, will they refuse orders from a Chiss? They will at first. Then they will be made examples.
Make it clear what happens to the disobedient, and you will do fine.
That is correct. The fastest remedies to insubordination are force and fear.
I will keep that in mind, Moff Braynor. Thank you.
That will be all.
Well, that went better than expected.
I suppose we should be happy we don't have pirate problems here.
He's referring to another security failure. Captain Revar at Leth Outpost lost a reactor substation to the Whitemore pirates. We have asked much of you, but Captain Revar has not, and his soldiers desperately need relief at the Leth Outpost. If you have the time, look in on them.
I'm looking for the remains of a ship called the Star Runner, which you took from the distress beacon site. Could you say that again?
Looks like we found our ghost. So, you want me to pop this blue thing in the skull so you can bind this guy?
Surely I can persuade you otherwise. I've never taken no for an answer, and it would be shame to start now. I wonder if Jedi have this much trouble getting what they want. Consideration is not enough. I want your word.
I asked not to be disturbed. Ah, it is you. Commander Triton and that Chiss fellow spoke well of you. Make yourself at home. I was busy calculating our chances in case the Republic attacks. It looks grim. If they bring a force of any real size, we're doomed.
If you have enemies, send me at them. You will be safe soon enough.
Our skeleton crew is willing to fight, but we need automated guns to make up for the lack of numbers, and those eat power. What we really need is to tap into the nearby geothermal power substation, but it's been taken by the White Maw. We don't have the manpower to take on those pirates, and we've got a base that'll black out in any sustained fight with the Republic.
I've never heard of Imperials backing down from a fight with pirates.
They're Hawks, part of a group called the White Maw, 2.5 meters of muscle each. The last time they captured our men, they made them dig their graves in the ice using only their hands. Then they buried them alive. I couldn't chance that happening again, so we haven't attacked their power substation. But your odds look good.
I could do it. But in a Republic attack, they will cut your power first.
You mean like a Dawn base? We've thought of that. Once it's ours, half of our turrets will be installed to cover the power substation. This is an energy coupling you'll need to install when you've eliminated all resistance. It should divert flow back to the outpost. With that power, our guns will be operational and give us a fighting chance. Go in strength. Did it. We're running on geothermal power now. We blew a circuit when it came on, but that was easily fixed. Did the Hawks prove difficult?
They proved clumsy and stupid. I could have fought twice that number.
I thought as much. Sith have an extremely high success rate in combat against irregular forces. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to oversee the deployment of our sensors and weapons. We've already begun the installation of our defense systems, and we're on schedule to be done before nightfall.
Sir, the Republic frequencies are alive with chatter. They somehow knew we had a power surge just now, so I swept for bugs and I found this. An energy monitor.
Now you've got me interested.
The key thing is, they saw our power readouts and were shocked into action. And that's not good. They won't attack here, They'll bomb the main geothermal reactor to black out the entire sector.
By all means, continue.
It sounds like they figure with us and a lot of pirates all on the same grid, one fatal blow is better than trying to take the reactor over.
They'll have to cut through the Ortolan workers there and the Whitemore pirates, but they're sending Zero Squad snowtroopers. If I were a gambler like the captain here, I'd bet on them.
My name alone will destroy them.
Yes, I'm sure your confidence will serve you well, my lord. Zero Squad is the Republic's best. If you defeat them, just think of the humiliation.
All civilians need to evacuate the station. Step away from the console with your hands on your head. I said, step away from the console with your hands on your head.
I hear if you wave that blaster around enough, someone might fight back.
Intruders! I've got intruders in the shaft room!
What reason do you have for telling me anything? Imperials will do this job. No one else can be trusted.
There they are! Get them!
It's over. The reactor is secure, but you'll need someone to run it.
Good, good. I arranged for a contingency such as this. Command is sending technicians and guards on the next shuttle down. Looks like we're going to be holding some ground after all.
So, what's the next step?
We require no further assistance, but I would like to ask a personal favor. The captain of Thesh outpost on the glacier is what you might call a friend. We went through the academy together. He's been wounded, and his outpost is battling a group of survivalist fanatics called the Hailstorm Brotherhood. You could make the difference.
I have other matters in mind.
I see. Well, too much to be hoped for, I suppose. If you'll excuse me, I need to go check on the installation process for our guns. Good day.